Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel, LaVie with Nee. Today's video is a super easy, beginner friendly eyebrow tutorial, and I'm showing you guys how I fleek my brows for under $20. You heard me, under 20 bucks. My name is Nee, by the way. If you haven't already, go ahead and do me a huge favor. Hit that red subscribe button. Also, ring that notification bell so you know every time I post a video. And if you want to see how I get my brows like this, just keep on watching. Hey y'all, my brows are fry dyed and laid to the side, so let's get these brows together. So you want to start with clean, dry brows. I just take a cotton round and some water to remove any oils or moisturizer from my brows. This step just helps my brow product from slipping and sliding all over the place. Now, if you want to take it up a notch, you can also use translucent powder. Translucent powder just helps dry out my brows even more by absorbing the excess oils. But listen, it's not absolutely necessary, and if you don't have translucent powder, don't worry about it. Get you some light eyeshadow or a face powder. That will work too. We're not trying to spend money where we don't have to. Today I'm using Makeup Revolution's Brow Pencil in dark brown. This is the first product I've used from this brand. I've been using it for a few weeks now, and y'all, for $6, I'm not mad at it. It has a spoolie attached to the pencil, which is great for beginners. I recommend someone starting out in the brow game to use a pencil because it pretty much does the work for you. You have a lot more control over the product, and it gives you a chance to build a technique that works best for you while you're learning your shaping, your filling, and all that good stuff before moving on to a loose product like a pomade or a marker. Now you want to take your spoolie and brush your brow hairs into place so you can see your brow shape, and as I'm showing you here, the outline or guide of your brow. When doing your brows, you don't need a ton of product. Look, you can barely see how much I'm using because it's not that much. And don't be scared to brush your brows as much as you need to. Get those hairs out your way so you can see what you need to see so you can do what you need to do. You want to start about 1/4 of the way in, and with a gentle hand, make small, light strokes. Follow the natural shape of your brows all the way to the outer corner of your eye. Now, your brow hairs may or may not get in the way as you're shading in your brows. If they do, just use your spoolie to brush them out the way, and also it helps blend the product so there's no harsh lines. Continue going back and forth between shading and blending until you have the desired boldness that you want. Y'all, take your time with this step, and like I said, use a gentle hand. It is so much easier to build up and blend in than it is to start bold and blend out. Alright y'all, so all you have to do now is just repeat the same steps that you did at the bottom to the top part of your brow. The word of the day is gentle. So you want to start about 1/4 of the way in again and gently shade in the top part of your brow, following the natural, following your natural shape. And you want to shade your brow, give just a little hump at the top, and connect your top line to your bottom line. And y'all, this is when you see your brow shape come to life. And if you did what you were supposed to do, nothing but good things are going to happen after this. Just look at her. Look at her. Okay, so this next step is completely optional. You do not have to do this, but it's a step that I like to do. I like to raise my eyebrow to see where my arch falls, and I just kind of, not really just putting a lot of pressure, but more pressure than I have been doing, and kind of bold my arch right in there. Like I said, completely optional. That's just an added step that I like to do. And as with all of our other steps, you just want to make sure you blend it when you are through. Now, if you have a hole, whether it's from connecting your line or like me, from over plucking your brows, don't fret. Just take your pencil and do some hair light strokes into that area until it's all filled in. As you can see, when I do this, I'm always looking up, checking. I do a little bit, check, do a little bit more, check. We're slowly building it up. We don't want to go in harsh all at one time. Y'all, now this step right here, if you're not gentle doing anything, please be gentle with this step. This step right here determines whether or not you look like a Nike check mark. So like I said, and I've been saying this whole video, gently, we're going to start at the front of our brow and just do a small, just a real gentle, small, light line to connect the front of our brow to those lines that we started about 1/4 of the way. And as you see, you can barely tell. You can barely see it, but like, look at that brow. Ting, she's giving. All right, time to carve out our brows. I like this brush. This brush does a really good job, but my absolute favorite brush is this brush right here that I've had for like 10 years. That piece right there has fallen off and I've glued it back together like a million, fulfillion, gazillion times. The reason why I like this brush though is because look at how much thinner it gets compared to that first brush. So whenever I'm carving out my brows, the thinner brush, I'm just able to get closer to my brow line without making a big mess. So right here, I'm showing you guys what it looks like when you carve out your brows with a concealer that's very close to your skin tone. Still very cute, very clean, but whenever you use a concealer that's lighter than your skin tone, like y'all, it makes your eyes pop. Like, it makes that brow just really kind of stand out. And as you can see right here, like before I even blend out, you can see just with like that first line of how much bolder and how much bolder and just vibrant my brows look right there. Blend it out with a brush, or you can use your finger. Either or will work okay. You know, if you don't have a brush to blend it out, y'all, don't fret. Just use your hand, okay? All right, so we're in our last couple of steps. This step right here is also optional, but it's just something that I like to do because like I said before, I like a gradient brow. So I'm just taking some black eyeshadow and I'm filling in like my tail only with that black eyeshadow. And this is another reason why I like that brush, because the other side of that brush is what I use to put my black eyeshadow on. And as always, we're going to use our spoolie to blend everything out. And as you can see, I put a little bit too much right there, but once I blend it out, it blends in and it looks good. All right, you could go out and get you some brow gel or some brow tint or whatever, but y'all, for this step, I just like using mascara. To me, mascara attaches to those sparse brows and just kind of makes them stand out, because that's just what mascara does. Once it attaches to hairs, it just kind of makes them a little bit longer or whatever. But you know, use what you have on hand. Like I said, I like using mascara, and this is what I've been using for quite some time. Y'all, I'm trying to say something. Drop down in the comments and let me know, do you say brows on fleek or this brow eats? We're gonna clean up any eyeshadow or mascara that may have gotten outside of that draw line. And y'all, when my brows is looking good, there ain't nothing you can tell me. There's literally nothing you can tell me. Anyways, I'm gonna montage it out and do the same thing to the other side. I know they blow trees, only lonely below. Music chose me, just know this and know peace. I did lonely, but I'm never lonely. Sexy ladies, come and feel me slowly. Love me, I see no way to me, I do with the world I've seen her. We are nobody who do over. Not the Lord that they go far. Who's a bold with that they bar? That's how they move to Shita. And then I really put you too far. Midnight has got Shita. I really wanted to show you guys that you don't have to break the bank. You can achieve good looking makeup at an affordable price. Honestly, it's really just going to come down to your technique. So it doesn't matter if your product costs $5 or $500. If you can't flick your wrist and do what needs to be done, you and your $50 blush are going to be out here looking crazy, okay? So get in the mirror and practice, practice, practice. If you don't take anything away from my video today, take away this. Use a light, gentle hand. Don't be out here with eyebrows like Nike saying LaVie wouldn't he taught you. Now, I didn't teach you that. I said gentle, okay? Anyways, y'all, that's all I got. I really hope you were able to learn something from my beginner-friendly eyebrow tutorial. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more of me, do your girl a favor, hit that red subscribe button. Also, give me a big thumbs up. And don't forget to tell somebody, to tell somebody, to tell somebody else to come on over and enjoy LaVie with me. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!